Substitute teachers. A workforce of individuals who teach school classes when regular teachers are unavailable. These temporary teachers are in higher demand than ever before, but the amount of substitutes readily available to work has decreased by 10,000 in the past 4 years. Despite often being overlooked, these unsung heroes play a crucial role that keeps our education system from collapsing. My name's Anthony Padilla, and today I'm gonna sit down with some of these substitute teachers to learn the truth behind this mysterious world. What motivates these elusive figures to choose such an inconsistent and underpaid career? How do they emotionally prepare themselves to step in front of a classroom of often judgmental and abusive delinquents? Do these substitute teachers turn on TV programs for their students because they're too lazy to teach? Or do they hide behind their TV cards out of fear? Hey, Miss Mora.
Hello.
Hello. Mr. Rosier.
How's it going?
Good. Mr. Mays.
You can just call me Mays, bro.
Just Mays?
Just Mays, bro.
Just Mays, no Mister.
No Mister.
Well, thank you for coming out and teaching us a little bit about the wondrous world of substitute teaching.
No problem, bro, no problem.
What do you consider yourself? Substitute teacher?
I'm an educator.
You prefer educator?
Well, only because it really hammers home the point that I actually do work.
I'm a musician who takes care of your kids when I don't have anything else to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of like a saint or like a tiny angel that just whisks in at the nick of time.
Mm-hmm. What's your #1 reason for becoming a substitute teacher?
I mean, I watched School of Rock.
You got inspired by School of Rock?
Yeah.
You're like, Jack Black.
If Jack can do it, I can do it. If Jack can do it, bro, I know I could. Oh, God.
I do actually like teaching. I like that I can help them learn something they didn't already know.
How long have you been substitute teaching?
Like 3.5 years.
A year.
Over 15 years.
15 years.
It's definitely gotten easier. I used to get nervous in the mornings because
yeah.
I didn't know what I was gonna face. Now I feel like I've seen almost everything,
Yeah.
so just like bring it.
What grades students do you teach?
Right, I'm in elementary school, so I can cover pre-K, which can have as young as 3 years old.
Oh boy.
To 5th grade, which is 10 or 11 if they had to repeat a grade.
Yeah.
I'll do preschool to like 6th, 7th grade sometimes.
Middle school.
Middle
7th
school.
and 8th.
Fact.
It's the worst.
It's a fact. It's the most disobedient children.
Here's the thing. Most people in society believe you're supposed to be teaching them educational things such as, reading, writing, arithmetic, and shit like that.
Yeah.
But that's not what they really need. They're learning how to socialize with other human beings.
So, I mean, you were one of the few that paid attention to that.
I mean, yeah. And I think that's kind of why I got fired from there.
You got fired.
Yeah.
How'd you get fired?
I shot a music video at my school. They didn't like the language that was used in it.
Which subjects did you teach these children?
I have to cover everything. A lot of people think it's babysitting because I could just put in a movie, but a 5-year-old is not gonna watch a movie for 6 hours.
I teach chess specifically, but I substitute for other after-school programs, so like Star Wars.
Star Wars
Wars Jedi Academy.
You teach for chess, but you like to sub for Star Wars Jedi Academy?
Well, yeah.
What sets you apart from other substitute teachers?
Me looking like this, being like this, talking like this. I know a lot of people probably not gonna like it, but this is who I am.
So I try and like instill some excitement in teaching like chess, which seems like the most boring thing ever. So I do like little dances and stuff to try and get them like into it.
What kind of dances do you do to...
Just like up, down, side to side, up, down, side to side. I know it's so nerdy.
No, I
but,
love
like,
it. I love that.
But kids like that kind of stuff.
The fact that I actually follow the plans.
You do your job.
I do my job.
And that's what sets you apart.
Obviously, I don't see other subs very often, but I will hear horror stories about ones that will fall asleep in the front of the classroom. Or, they'll spend time doing magic or something like that. Like have a gimmick. I don't have a gimmick. I'm just an interesting, intellectual person.
Yeah.
Who's gonna help you with your math.
Yeah.
There are substitutes, bro.
Sure.
Like, that same school that I was at, bro, they got a substitute teacher, one that taught them, like, they all gonna be deported. They was all illegal immigrants, like that. They had a man watch.
A substitute teacher was watching class?
He was watching on the computer, and you put it to this adapter, and it's gonna come up on a projector. Like, that's what I mean by the education system is very up because you got adults on one hand that do abuse power, and they are creepy.
Yeah, of course.
And then you got kids that are. So what's the middle ground?
So people often criticize subs for being lazy by rolling out a TV and putting on a program, throwing in a DVD. Can you show how difficult that actually is? Getting out the DVD case.
Incredibles 2? How does this TV work? I don't know this TV. I'll have to figure it out. Oh, I did, because it's not that hard.
See? Look how much effort that took! People criticizing substitute teachers for rolling out the TV. You don't know how much work that takes.
That's why I get paid the small bucks.
Do you think substitute teachers get paid a fair wage?
I don't think teachers are paid a fair wage. I definitely understood the stress that they went through, that they go through. And I was like, bro, this is not the swag. This is not for me.
We did, at least in my school district, just get an increase, but it took, 8 years and a little bit of fighting.
Why do you think you have to fight for? Why do you think they won't hand them out?
I'm wondering that myself, because there are a lot of things they don't hand out money for. When I go into a school, it's towards the end of the year and they don't have paper anymore and they don't have budget for any more paper. Are you kidding me? That's stuff that every classroom should have all year long.
I think the payment could be better for sure. The amount of money, time, and energy I spend driving to this new school and figuring out parking is like way more energy than the amount I'm getting paid even for that.
What changes would you like to see in regards to the treatment of teachers?
The treatment from schools, different schools, is like erratic. Like some schools are like, yeah, just go here. And then other schools are like, if these kids get hurt, you're held accountable. And like it differs so much that like some schools I'm like, I don't want to work at that school.
Yeah.
If a child can come and look me in the face or call me while I'm trying to educate your kid, and you can kind of just almost more so just treat me like, well, you're supposed to be an adult, just go back and do your job, compensate that.
What's one thing you wish students would do when they find out they're gonna have a substitute teacher that day?
I wish students actually would be on their best behavior. So a teacher might occasionally pop into the classroom during the day. And I tell you, those kids go from to she's coming when they see their real teacher, but they're not doing that for me when I'm standing right in front of the classroom.
Why not? Because they don't respect you, or
right,
what?
It's a little bit of that. And I'm just thinking, guys, you should be when your teacher's not even in the room.
I teach younger kids.
Yeah.
And the amount of, getting a little crass, but the amount of farting that goes on, maybe like when you have the sub, like change it to a healthy lunch, because like I teach them Wednesdays and Wednesdays are like sloppy Joe day. And I'm like, dude, please change it.
You're just being hotboxed and fart gas.
Yeah, fart box.
How important do you think substitute teachers are to the education system?
Super important. I mean,
Yeah.
without them, kids wouldn't have that class that day and they would be running around the school and getting hit by cars and getting into trouble. Like, seriously.
Do you think people realize how important substitute teachers are?
Absolutely not. It's literally a thankless job.
You don't think that you receive any respect or praise or
I don't get
thanks?
any thanks. I mean, occasionally I'll have kids draw me pictures. Do you want to see some pictures that they draw?
You have kids draw you pictures?
Yeah, there's some good ones. Thanks for being a good sub.
Has a student ever made fun of your name?
Yes, I feel like I am often back in elementary school myself, because I was often called moron,
Oh, great.
which is hilarious jokes on them because I was the smartest kid in my class in elementary school.
What is the popular thing now with kids?
Oh, it's definitely Fortnite.
It's still Fortnite?
They do. I saw kids today with like a sweatshirt on.
I thought Fortnite was dead.
Not for elementary school.
Okay, who likes Fortnite?
What's the most bizarre thing you've ever witnessed in the classroom?
Kids do all types of shit, from doing the Hitler shit to fights.
What do you do? You can't break it up.
I break it up, yeah, but sometimes I'm slow to react. Sometimes, it takes you aback, like this really happened.
Yeah.
Cause like, you see a get slapped randomly, it's like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine walking down the street and you just see somebody, bow.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female, your first instinct is not gonna be to run over there and go save the day. It's gonna be to take it in, like,
You're like, what?
whoa, shit. Yeah, like that shit really just happened.
What do you think the biggest impact that you've ever made on a child has been?
Oh, it's really sad. There was this girl who I adored. She was really sweet, and she would always talk to me about Harry Potter, like we'd bond over that. So she was always lovely, and the bell rang one day. She came up to me and dropped this bomb that she'd said, sometimes I don't feel like being alive. And you think, oh my gosh, why is a 10-year-old having these thoughts? And here we are, and I'm thinking, oh, I was not trained for this.
Right.
But I
How
can't
did you deal with that? How did you react?
I sat her down and we talked for about an hour. Of like, look, I'm sorry that it's always dark, and you can't see that light right now, but I see light, and I see you as a, beautiful, intelligent, strong individual. I enjoy, you as a person. We both started crying at one point. She gave me a hug and said she felt better and walked out. And then I thought, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely think I made an impact that day. I hope that I did.
What do you think the biggest misconception about substitute teachers is?
That all of them don't care. Some of them actually do care. Some of them, they doing this simply because they really enjoyed it.
I think the biggest misconception is that we don't do anything.
Right.
They think it's put in the movie or that we don't know anything. And I'm there to actually instruct.
I think the schools sometimes, they take for granted how much of a difficult ask that is to be like, hey, you don't know anything about this school or anyone or anything about this subject probably, but come teach 25 angry kids about it.
If you could say one thing to every student in the world, what would that be?
I want you to just be your best self. That's all. It's not hard. I'm not asking for any special treatment for myself. Just be your best self. I will be my best self, and we'll have a great day.
Anime Slime asks, what was the best, but our teacher lets us do that excuse that you've ever gotten?
Oh, cell phones, because some kids, kids bring their cell phones to
Kids are bringing
school.
cell phones? What kind of cell phones?
It's a status thing, let me tell you, because mine is not the newest, but they're always like, what iPhone is that? Because they're like, I've got the iPhone 10. I'm like, why do you have the iPhone 10?
You have elementary school kids judging you for not having an iPhone 10.
Yes, and I'm telling them, look, I'm not a wasteful individual. I'm gonna wait till this one stops working before I just discard it and buy a new one, because there are landfills with garbage I don't want to add to if I don't have to.
I'm gonna give you a list of names to call roll call, because there's this idea that substitute teachers don't know how to pronounce any names.
Okay.
So I want to see how you do.
I
you
love
down?
this. Yes, I'm super down for this. Isla.
Here.
Noel?
You f***ed up my name, but I'm here.
All right.
Ava.
Here.
Kyra.
Is that what it is?
Kira?
Here.
All right, this next one, I'm gonna butcher it.
Xiaoban.
What is it?
Siobhan. I don't know that name.
Siobhan.
Is that right?
Yes!
That's right!
That is right!
You did it! You passed the test!
Huzzah!
Elias.
What is it?
Elias? Elias?
Here!
Madeline? All right, you indecisive about your own name, sweetheart.
How would you command students at home to not only do their homework, but to subscribe to my channel?
If you don't subscribe, your grades will plummet.
Yeah!
And you won't go to college.
Thank you so much, Miss Mora.
Thank you.
I feel like I fully understand the wondrous world of substitute teaching. After spending the day with substitute teachers, I've come to understand just how crucial they are to a functioning education system. These substitutes have proven that they're dedicated to helping our youth through academic and personal struggles, and that it only takes one action to have a positive impact on the rest of someone's life. See you later, bye guys.
And now press a like. Got it? The like. Good job.
You remember
Yeah.
the stuff from middle school?
No.
Exactly.
I
So that's
remember I remember being concerned about the time that I shaved my pubes in 7th grade,
then.
and it was nothing but razor burn, and I
Exactly.
couldn't run around in my
Exactly.
PE class.
And that was the first time I got the wise idea to cut my balls with scissors, and I slipped the bitches, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking around the Fox Hills Mall with a wet towel, bro. Like